Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth lesson of the Financial Intelligence Training Camp, the fourth lecture of the world's most amazing 24 financial intelligence courses is officially starting. Today's topic is still about unlocking the secrets of the rich. In the third lecture, we discussed the first difference between the poor and the rich, which is the different ways of earning money. We divide people in this world into three types. The first are the poor, who earn money for their entire lives. So they sell their labor and can only live at the lowest level of society. The second group is the middle class, who are making money. They may have a very decent job. They may even have their own small restaurant or small company. They may invest in some small stocks and use their own money to make money, but they can only be a middle class, while the top rich in the world are printing money and creating money. The second difference between the poor and the rich is the way they spend money. The third difference between the poor and the rich is the way they think. We briefly analyzed the first and third points earlier, and in this lecture, we will discuss the second point in detail, which is the difference in spending habits. Spending habits determine whether you are poor or rich. Before we begin, Master Joe comment on your homework. This time, when you were asked to create a financial freedom plan, you did much better than the first time. Master Joe thinks it's excellent. He also seen your shares and hope you will continue to work hard. Now, let's officially delve into the third secret of the rich, the difference in spending habits. Master Zhou found that all successful people, such as Ma Yun, Shi Yuzhu, Guo Taiming, Wang Yongqing, Li Jiacheng, Huang Guangyu, Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates, were all people in the left quadrant. They were once ordinary employees like us, but gradually they moved from the left quadrant to the right quadrant and became extremely wealthy. Why is this? Master Zhou spent more than 10 years studying the differences between the poor and the rich. When Master Zhou combined Robert Kiyosaki's financial intelligence course with his research on biographies of all these entrepreneurs, he developed a unique perspective. Master Zhou enjoys reading two types of books. The first is the Rich Dad series of financial intelligence books, and the second is biographies. He reads all books related to Jack Ma, Ma Huateng, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Li Ka-shing. Reading biographies allows him to understand his own life by listening to the stories of others. Master Zhou said that the microphone in his hand is designed. Our clothes are designed. Our hairstyles are designed. The background board for his lecture is designed. The houses we live in, the cars we drive, everything is designed. Next, Master Zhou wants to tell you a sentence, which is that everything is designed, including your life. If Robert Kiyosaki didn't meet his rich dad at age 9 and didn't take his rich dad's course, he wouldn't have such a life. He couldn't have made himself from a poor child inheriting nothing but debts from his parents to a billionaire today, and his wealth is measured in US dollars. If Master Zhou hadn't read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad back then, if he hadn't had a dream, if he hadn't made a plan for financial freedom for himself, if he hadn't designed his own life, he believes he would be a pauper today. He comes from the bottom of the society with no resources or background, so everything can be designed. Do you know what Master Zhou likes to do most when he reads biographies? He likes to take a piece of white paper and turn the author's life into dates and ages. For example, when he reads Robert Kiyosaki's books, if you have read the Rich Dad series, you will know that the Rich Dad series of books intersperses stories with practical knowledge. For example, the first book tells the story of Robert Kiyosaki when he was 9 years old. The second book tells the story of Robert Kiyosaki when he was 47 and 45 years old. And the third book tells the story of him when he was over 20 years old. His stories are interspersed in his books. Master Zhou wants to ask you a question. Do you think you will gain more by listening to his practical advice or by hearing about his life experiences? Actually, Master Zhou wants to tell you that all his life experiences are more valuable than his courses, as everything is designed. Designing one's own life is the most important. Master Zhou wants to design a life like Robert Kiyosaki because he wants to live like that. So Master Zhou did something. He found out Robert Kiyosaki's actual age through Baidu Encyclopedia. He was born in 1947. Then he calculated what Robert Kiyosaki was doing in 1957, 1968, 1978, and 1990. After calculating his age, Master Zhou made a table showing Robert Kiyosaki's life journey from 9 to 30. Including when he learned about financial intelligence, invested in business, and so on. You can see how dedicated Master Zhou is, right? Why do you need to read that book over and over again for more than 10 times? Master Zhou outlined Robert Kiyosaki's life trajectory. Remember, the fastest way to succeed in the world is to replicate and innovate. Everything can be replicated. Master Zhou replicated Robert Kiyosaki's life. Robert Kiyosaki looked for a rich dad. Master Zhou also looked for his rich dad. Robert Kiyosaki studied financial intelligence courses, and Master Zhou also studied financial intelligence courses. Robert Kiyosaki did sales, and Master Zhou also did sales. Robert Kiyosaki invested in real estate, and Master Zhou also invested in real estate. Robert Kiyosaki studied finance, and Master Zhou also studied finance. Robert Kiyosaki went to lecture, Master Zhou also went to lecture. Robert Kiyosaki wrote books, Master Zhou also wrote books. Whatever Robert Kiyosaki did, Master Zhou did the same. No matter how bad the result was, it wouldn't be too bad. So why can Master Zhou have a wealthy life? It's because he perfectly cloned or copied Robert Kiyosaki's life. Why is Master Zhou's first autobiography called Born for Dreams? Master Zhou didn't talk about any practical knowledge of financial intelligence, but told the story of how he achieved financial freedom from birth. He doesn't want his audience to spend so much time and energy finding the true sattva in this vast world like he did. Master Zhou hopes to share his experiences directly with you, telling you what he did at what age. Therefore, friends who are familiar with Master Zhou really recommend you to read a book, which is Master Zhou's autobiography, Born for Dreams. So the first homework Master Zhou assigned to you yesterday was to rewrite your financial freedom plan. And the second homework was to find your own rich dad. Master Zhou saw many people looking for it. Many people say, Master Zhou, I don't have it. I can't find it. Where should I go to find it? Right? My father is a poor man. What should I do? I don't know any rich people. I want to be a billionaire, right? But I don't know any billionaires. Where can I find a rich dad? Master Zhou can only say that you not only need to learn financial intelligence, but also need to learn intelligence quotient. Isn't it right there in front of you? Isn't Master Zhou known as China's rich dad? Isn't that right? That is why Master Zhou's students have been learning from him for more than 10 years. It's because they found that Master Zhou is their rich dad. For example, the founder of Duke, our teacher Bao Yucheng, when Bao Yucheng was in college, he had only 200 yuan on him. His parents worked in the countryside for a lifetime and couldn't afford a house. Isn't that right? He enrolled in Master Zhou's 8,700 yuan financial intelligence course, earned money after completing it, and then paid 39,800 yuan to attend Master Zhou's courses on speaking and entrepreneurship. Later, he also enrolled in Master Zhou's financial intelligence mentor class. By learning with Master Zhou, he has transformed from a poor guy into a multi-millionaire and achieved financial freedom, right? This is a real case, a real story. Today, he's still following Master Zhou to learn. Therefore, Master Zhou wants to tell all of us here today that a rich dad is far away, but also close at hand. Master Zhou hopes that when you learn from him today, you only pay one fee, but your whole family can learn together. From today on, Master Zhou gives you a suggestion. When you listen to our financial intelligence training camp, don't listen alone. Bring your husband, wife, and children to listen together. And when Master Zhou assigns homework to you, especially during the discussion stage, you don't need to discuss it in the group. You can completely share it with your loved ones and family. Pay once, the whole family learns. How good is that, right? Then, let's officially enter the second lesson of unlocking the secrets of the rich, which is the difference in spending habits. Why are the poor poor? Master Zhou will only talk about 3 points. The first point is that the poor believe that the money is gone once it's spent, so they dare not spend money and save money. Master Zhou tells you that saving money cannot make you a millionaire, and saving money cannot make you a billionaire. Even if you earn money by saving money, you are still poor. This sentence is not said by Master Zhou. This is what Mr. Robert Kiyosaki said. Robert Kiyosaki said in his book that if someone tells you to cut up your credit cards, eliminate all high consumption items, don't buy a house or a car, don't spend extravagantly, and even if you save money, won't you still be poor for the rest of your life? Isn't that right? So everyone here, we shouldn't think that money is gone once it's spent. Is money really gone when it's spent? According to the law of universal attraction, when you believe that money is gone when it's spent, it really is. But if you believe that money is not gone when it's spent, and that money will increase as you spend it, you will have this belief and subconscious, and your money will increase as you spend it. Robert Kiyosaki told us in his Rich Dad series of books that he never holds money in his own hands, and none of his money is ever in his own hands or in the bank, because he believes that money itself is a liability. Do you think money is an asset or liability? If we want to achieve financial freedom, we have said that passive income greater than expenditure equals financial freedom. Then, if we want to achieve passive income greater than expenditure, we must set a plan for financial freedom for ourselves. Come on, let's put it on the blackboard. The plan for financial freedom equals continuously increasing assets and continuously reducing liabilities. Increasing assets is to increasing passive income, and reducing liabilities is to reduce expenditure. When your passive income exceeds your expenses one day, as you continuously increase your assets and passive income and continuously reduce your liabilities and expenses, congratulations, you have achieved financial freedom. However, understanding the definition of assets can be challenging for a 9-year-old Robert Kiyosaki. So, what are assets? Many bankers even don't understand what assets and liabilities are. If Rich Dad wanted to teach such a complicated financial concept to 9-year-old Robert, he had to explain it in a way that a 9-year-old could understand. Therefore, when Rich Dad taught his lesson, it was called Rich Dad's second lesson, Why Do We Need to Learn Financial Knowledge? Rich Dad said, anything that puts money in your pocket is an asset. In other words, anything you buy that generates cash flow is an asset. What is debt? Because you bought this thing, the money came out of your pocket, which is called debt. In other words, because you bought something, this thing makes cash flow into your pocket, which is an asset, and flows out of your pocket, which is a debt. To see whether this thing is an asset or a debt, you need to look at the direction of its cash flow.